Hi, welcome back. My name is Carson and this is my space where I chat about knitting. Today I have a full-blown podcast episode for you. Lots and lots of whips. So, excited to talk about them. Settle in, grab a drink, and let's get rolling. So yeah, like I said, I have lots of whips, y'all. Lots of whips. This is a whip-heavy podcast. I don't know what to say except I just keep casting things on that I have absolutely no business casting on. And I feel like I get like this every few months. I just start casting stuff on. I mean, I usually finish them. I don't really have any unfinished objects lying around ever. They might stay whips for a long time, but they'll get finished. So even though I have a lot of stuff, I'm excited about it all, and I think I'll finish them. Unless I just frog them. I will say there's been a few things recently that I have started and frogged because I just didn't like them or messed up. So those aren't in here, but I have no problem frogging things in this season of life, which is strange. So who knows, but at this point in time, I am excited about these whips. So yeah, and I guess I can start off by saying today I'm wearing my sweater number 9 by my favorite things in knitwear. I knit this guy up not this past November, but the last November. I remember because it was our last trip we took in Washington before we moved back. It was Thanksgiving and we went to Long Beach. We love staying in these little cabins at Long Beach, Washington. It's just nice, Logan fished, and it was pretty rainy, which it's always rainy there, especially in November. And I think I read a book, and I also brought this guy with me because I cast this on like the week before and it took me exactly a week to knit it up, and I finished it in the cabin on Thanksgiving, and I didn't even block it. I just wore it and it was a great time, and I just really like this guy. I think it's technically bulky weight. I used Barocco or Barocco, however you want to say that word. I need to just pick a way that I want to say it and say it. I'm gonna say Barocco. I think I've said that before. I'll remember now. It's Barocco in my mind. It's Barocco. Vintage, of course, worsted weight. I'm not real sure of the color, and then I paired it with Hobie or Hobby. I don't know, y'all. We know this. I don't know. Mohair, Diablo mohair. And that is the one thing, if I were to change something about this sweater, I really love it. I love the way it knit up. It was super fast because I think technically it is bulky weight with those two yarns held together. But I definitely would choose a different mohair. It's just which I don't notice it at the moment, but it's like a tiny bit scratchy. I think it has some acrylic in it, and I think I would have liked to have invested in or just found a different mohair that felt better. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of mohair. I think this is the only thing I've ever knitted that has mohair in it. I just don't usually go over things with mohair, but it has like kind of a nice halo. Sort of. Like I don't know, I can see it. It's kind of fluffy. It's not very shiny, but so yeah, if I were to change one thing about this sweater, I would not have chosen that mohair combination. I would have picked something else, or maybe even Surrey alpaca. I've never tried Surrey, but it looks so nice. Like all the hanks I see on, Instagram and everywhere. They're so shiny and they look so soft. Anyways, that's what I'm wearing today. My sweater, number 9. Actually, earlier today, we went out to breakfast. We had a little family outing, and I wore my Lum or Lumi. Also don't know. Don't come for me. I don't know words. I don't know how to pronounce words. We know this. Pullover by Sorry Nordland, and I wore that I wore it to breakfast, not brunch, not lunch, breakfast. And because it's so cold outside today, it's 40 degrees, but I decided to pop this guy on because I just was like, why not wear all the sweaters today? We've worn one outside, let's wear another one in the house. So here she is. And yeah, Logan is watching the child. He is not with me this time. He successfully put him down for a nap. Or he didn't put him down, he's napping in his arms, but he got him to sleep, which I'm so proud of him for. So yeah, we got lots to talk about, y'all. So let's just, like I said, let's get into it. Okay, so you know what, I do have one finished object. I don't have it here with me, and if you watched my last video, I talked about all the socks I made in 2022. You might have seen them there, so I won't talk about a ton about them, but I did finish my Sweet Nana's Sunday socks by Petite Knit. I'll pop a picture up very briefly. They were really easy to knit. I would definitely knit them again. They were so fast, so fast. I knit them with some yarn I got from Hobby Lobby in my Nana's favorite color, lavender, well, that was one of the colors, but Lavender did some fun stripes, and yeah, she likes them a whole lot. She sent me pictures of her wearing them, and so that was a success. Successful gift knit. And yeah, that was my one finished object. And then after that, your girl just cast it on, cast it on, cast it on, cast on everything. Everything. So, I start off by saying I am still working on my husband's Christmas Montrealer. It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. It's always happens. It's happened with his halibut. But I think, I finished this halibut. It was supposed to be a Christmas present. Well, not like this past year, but the last year. And I think I finished it in July. So I think I can finish it before July. Maybe by March. I was saying February, but here's the deal. I can only knit now whenever I feed Wilder or during naps. But like, we're still working on naps. He really likes to be held, which I get it. But so like the few times he does take a nap in his bassinet or in his pack and play or wherever, I do knit on that sweater, but it's taking so long because I'm on the body. I don't even want to show it really because it looks the exact same as it has. So I'm not going to talk about it a ton, but that's my excuse for that one. I'm still working on it. It's taking a while. It's just so bulky to knit. I can't knit it with Wilder, like around in my arms. Can't do it. But everything else I can. So that's why I have just casted on all these things. Let's get into the first thing that might kind of be surprising, I guess. I don't know. If y'all know me, y'all know that I love warm tones and neutrals and oranges. Everything I feel like I knit is orange. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things. And I have been really wanting to try this yarn. So this was also an acquisition since last time. Let's see if I can find it deep in this basket. I feel like this is Mary Poppins had this basket. I just threw everything in. It's like Mary Poppins' bag. You just keep digging and finding more stuff. Okay, so it's Barocco Medina. And it's this really cool marled. It kind of sort of reminds me of Noro or Spin Cycle even in a way. And I've always seen this in the yarn store, in my local yarn store. And I've always wanted to try it. And so I got some, y'all. I was originally planning to make the Sun Gazer by James and Watts. But then I realized I just don't have the brain power to knit all those. It's a modular knitting. I've never done that before. And I can't really do that right now with a child. I probably could, but it would just be a lot. I just need simple things at this moment in time. So I decided to throw away that plan, which I still want to knit that at some point in time. But I think I want to knit it with maybe totally different colors instead of just like I don't think this is self-striping, but it's like a gradient. I don't know. It's different. I want to knit it in a solid color and knit all the panels in different colors instead of just using this for all the different panels. But anyway, so this is Barocco Medina, and it is a DK weight yarn. It's 37% cotton, 36% acrylic, and 27% visco. So it reminds me of a summer yarn. You can definitely feel the cotton, and it's cool. It has pinks, and I think whenever I saw this, I thought it was more orangey, of course, and like red and pink. I'm not sure why, because it looks pink here. Then it's knitting up to be, but it also has a ton of blues. Like, I think the most consistent color in this is blue. And so it's definitely more cooler than I would have liked, but it's okay. At first, I started knitting it and I was like, this is so much fun. But then I stepped back and I was like, do I actually like this? Will I wear this? Are these my colors? But I thought, you know what? No, we're going to experiment. We're going to do it. We're going to keep going with the colors because it's turning out pretty fun. And it is sort of kind of neutral, so definitely stripy. But I am knitting the square tee. And I'm liking it so far. I just split the sleeves and knitting on the body. I think I want to knit I have this much left of the ball I'm currently on. So I think I want to knit this entire ball and then finish off the neck and the arms because it's like a short sleeve situation. So yeah, I'm really digging square neck garments recently. I have some that I just, bought at a store. And I just like the details. I like sometimes I feel like I don't wear jewelry that much, but I'll wear a necklace and you can't really see it in the stuff I wear because I wear like big sweatshirts and they just kind of hide. But I feel like this really gives you space to like have fun in the neck area. I don't know, the chest area, who knows, but so, and this is how the yarn's knitting up. It's fun for sure, and it's knitting up more stripy now. This is the back of it. No pulling, color pulling, and I really don't want to color manage. I just kind of want to knit on this thing, so hopefully it won't color pull. I don't think it will because now I'm just going straight in the body, so it should remain pretty much similar to this. But so yeah, it has like these short sleeves. I think all I need to do is knit one more round and then bind off the sleeves. They're kind of like a cap sleeve, sort of, and then I need to do the detail for the neck. So yeah, it'll be a really pretty, just basic t-shirt, and I'm excited. I don't know, I think now that I'm looking at it in the camera, I do like it more than I thought I did. It's pink, you know, there's just a lot of purples and blues, and I wasn't expecting that. But did I swatch? No. But it feels like it's gonna fit, right? Do we ever swatch? No. Except if we test knit. If we test knit, we swatch. If it's for fun, we do not. I don't. I'm saying we. I don't. So, this is the square tee. And I'm liking it, and I think I can get this done pretty fast. I knit on this pretty much all day yesterday. Wilder was, he was like really fussy. I don't know what his deal was, but he just wanted to eat all the time. So I let him, and we just sat on the couch for a very long time, and he just ate for a while, off and on, slept for a while, off and on, played for a while, and all the while I was knitting on this one. So yeah, I really like the construction of it. I've never done this before. It's a raglan technically, I think, or at least it's kind of knit like a raglan, but it's done in a way to where the increases are in a straight line here, and then you make like this sleeve, so it's not a traditional raglan situation. And I'm saying raglan, I mean I made lots of make one left and make one rights to create this, so I consider that a raglan. I don't know if that's, I don't know what you call this construction, but it was fun. I haven't done something like this ever. I've mainly just knit raglan stuff, or you know, socks, circular, so I'm liking this. I think I'll keep going. I hope, because I've gotten pretty far. So that's my whip number 1. I'm enjoying it. I think it'll be really good for the spring, for the summer, and I need more summer things. I made a video, I don't know, you might have seen it, you might have not seen it, but I made a video a while ago going through all my summer garments, and I realized how little I wore them, but I still want to make summer garments. I think I just needed to reassess what I was making, and I definitely have decided I want to stick to DK or fingering weight yarn for summer garments, because the worsted weight just ain't doing it for me. Too thick, and maybe a cotton blend, a linen blend, rather than just cotton, because cotton is too thick for me too. It just feels like heavy. I don't know. But this feels really nice. It's very drapey. So I'm excited. That was whip number 1. Let me look at all my notes. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about socks. Wow. First off, you will not see my library socks in this podcast because, like I said, I decided to frog some stuff I was working on, and that is one project I decided to frog because I really loved the way I saw the yarn self-striping up in pictures online, but because I was doing a textured pattern, it wasn't really striping that way. It was kind of muddled, I guess, by the texture, which was a cool texture, but I really wanted to see the self-striping or self-designing yarn shine, so I'm just gonna make vanilla socks with that pair. I ripped them up, and it's waiting on me to finish all these socks, because y'all, I have 3 socks going right now. What? Okay, yeah, 3 socks. And if you watched my last video, I talked about them, but I did not show them, so I will show them. First sock, the one I've been working on the longest. Let me get out my magic basket with all the stuff inside. Oh lordy, all this yarn's gonna get so tangled up. So I've been talking about making the magic toadstool socks forever, and I finally cast them on one day in January, and it's February, but it's fine. So I'm only on the first sock. I'm just taking my time, y'all, you know. We have a kid, we don't have to knit fast all the time. I'm taking my time. I will say I did the color work while I was feeding him, because he's, like I said, he's been going through a phase, but definitely the first 6 weeks he was eating all the time. Cluster feeding, oh my goodness. I was on the couch for hours. So I did the majority of this during his cluster feeding phase, and I actually did the color work, which I was surprised I could manage that. And I opted for, in this pattern, you can either do this like 3 color work all together, or you can just do the white little speckles on the mushrooms as a duplicate stitch, and I opted to do that just so it was simpler. And yeah, I'm using Cascade Heritage. just different colors. I don't know what they are, sorry y'all. But Cascade Heritage, and I'm really enjoying it. I love the colors, and I'm glad that I finally decided to cast these on. It's super easy, like super easy, super fun. I was really enjoyed the color work. So yeah, it was fun, and I'm doing contrast white for the heel and the toe, and I'm so close to finishing this one, and it's been on hold for a while just because I've been excited about other stuff. And yeah, this is only the first sock, still needs a friend. But you know what? I'm taking my time. We're slow knitting and knitting everything at once. So yeah, maybe by the next podcast episode I will commit to finishing these and make them a friend, because I am excited to wear them, and they're so cute. I love the little mushrooms. I definitely want to make more of these, maybe the base color to be green, because I really love the ones I see online. I love searching this hashtag on Instagram and just looking through all the magic toadstool socks, and a lot of people do them in like a dark green and then do the red and the white. It just looks so nice, so I think I want to do one of those after. But yeah, so I have a little stitch marker that my sock swap partner, Karen, made me. I don't know if it'll focus or if you can see it. It's so cute. I love using these stitch markers. She made me a ton, and so sweet, and I love using them. So yeah, I'm using my Chiagu 9-inch circulars as always, and we're going. We're making progress slowly. I should just commit to finishing this tote today. I just need to commit and it'll get done, but that's fine. Okay, we will go to the next sock. So we actually have been traveling with Wilder a little bit. We've been traveling to see our family. Logan's grandma had her 90th birthday party last weekend, and I just wanted something easy to knit on the car ride there, so I casted on more socks. Because I didn't already have a pair going. You know, we have to cast on more, which I will say these are a bit more basic. They don't take quite as much work as color work. But this is my sock, and they are called Emily's Favorite Socks. And I decided to knit these. Again, these colors are crazy for me. Purples, pinks. I really do like the yellow. My sister-in-law, or soon-to-be sister-in-law, got me this skein for Christmas, and so I wanted to use it. And it's really pretty. I thought it was more pinkish, and I'm not sure why, because looking at it now, it's definitely like green and yellow. But I'm loving it. It reminds me of spring. And I got these two colors, these two contrasting colors that I'm doing the cuff in, or I did the cuff in at my local yarn store. They were just unmarked minis, so I'm guessing they dyed them, Beaumont Yarn Company perhaps, but really pretty. I've had these in my stash for a while, and it is knitting up so nice. It reminds me, like I said, spring wildflowers. I wonder, let me look, because I have the tag or the label. So the main body is Gem State Yarns and Notions, and it's called Rose Gold Patina. Yep, fingering weight yarn, sock yarn. It's really, really nice. And yeah, and I started knitting on this. I'm weird, like I like to knit things in season, so like right now I would have liked to knit. I'll show you after. I don't know, I've just been in this mode of like I want to knit things for this season, if that makes any sense. And I started knitting on this early February, which is still February, and it reminded me of an Easter egg, and I was like, these could be Easter socks. But once I thought of that, I was like, it ain't Easter yet, you know? I want to knit something that is more in season right now. I don't know if that makes any sense. I intended for these to be more like Valentine's Day socks with the purple and the pink, and then these just have so many pretty greens and yellows. I was like, this is an Easter sock for sure. And I love looking at this hashtag on Instagram too, Emily's Favorite Socks, because people knit them in all sorts of scraps. They knit them in all sorts of different combinations, color blocks, and I just really wanted to experiment with color. So I think I'm going to do the heel in the sand color, and then maybe do some striping with these two for the toe in some way. Like maybe do, oops, there went the yarn, rolling them a bit. Small break. It's so much easier to pick up yarn that rolls away when I'm not pregnant. Wow. So what was I saying? I think I might do some striping for the toe in some sort of way, like maybe do a stripe of the purple and then do the toe in the pink. I don't know, just like play around, experiment. I'm getting too excited. play around, experiment with colors and stripes and whatever the heck I want to experiment with. So yeah, I did pause these. I paused them and I'm gonna come back to them. I know I will. Because I don't know, I got caught up in the whole seasonal thing and I was like, I really do want to knit some Valentine's Day socks because it's February and I'm not someone who just like loves Valentine's Day. Me and Logan don't do Valentine's Day really. We're just not those type of people. I don't know. But I don't know, I was just feeling the pinks. I was feeling the pinks and I was like, I really want to knit something more Valentine's Day-ish for February. Because I talked about this on my last, whatever, it wasn't a podcast episode, it was just something, it was all the socks I knit. I would love to knit a sock for every month. And so January are my toadstool socks, February are my Valentine's Day socks, and then March, those could be my March socks, maybe I'll finish those in March. But you know, January's already passed and I only have one unfinished toadstool sock, but maybe I'll still count it even whenever I finish it for January. But it'd be so fun to like look at the end of the year and have 12 socks specifically for those months and see what they look like and see the different colors and stuff. So anyways, I decided to cast on another Emily's favorite sock in these colors. Look how pretty. So I use the same mini skein that was in the previous sock, just to like a contrasting cast on edge. And then I have had this in my stash for a long time. I got this in a stash bust, I think that's what it's called, stash bust, a while ago. And it's this really pretty pinky color. It kind of reminds me of strawberries. It's really, really pretty, and it's kind of a tonal, but I decided to pair these two together. And I think I might have enough of the mini skein if I only do the other sock with the toe in that color to do maybe the toe in this color too for this one. I don't know. That might be risking it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just knit this entire one in this color and then just do the contrasting cuff in one color just to like have something going on. But yeah, I really am loving this sock pattern. It is a basic rib sock, but I was surprised you cast on more stitches, at least than I normally would, and I thought it would be super huge, which it is supposed to be a bit more slouchy, and I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna knit this one pretty long, I think. Or maybe I'll do a shorty for this one and the other one long. I don't know, but just to get some nice slouch in there. And so yeah, I casted on a lot more stitches than I would normally do for my, like a vanilla sock, or even, I've knit a rib sock before, just one, mind you, and I cast on the same number of stitches as my vanilla socks, and this one has more, so I was surprised about that. But it's knitting up, it's just fun. I really love the ribbing. It's 3x1 and it's just so rhythmic. It's just so nice. So I've been knitting on this one quite a bit, and this is another stitch marker Karen made me. Thanks, Karen. Your stitch markers are on all my socks. So yeah, that's my third sock whip. Wow, and we still have to make another one of each of those socks. It's fine, we won't think about it. We'll just do it. I was getting worked up, so I had to take a quick water break, but we're back. Let's see. Is those all my whips? So those are all my current whips, but let me tell you, I'm about to cast on something today, I've decided, because sometimes I just need a little breather. I need a little, like, very small project, like a palette cleanser. And I've had this pattern stashed in my library for such a long time, and I haven't knit it yet. And I think I looked at it a while ago, and it, like, intimidated me for some reason. I'm not sure why, so I re-looked at it. I looked at it again yesterday, and I was like, this is so simple. It's just a lace chart, Carson. It's just a lace chart. You know how to read those, so let's just do it. So, I will be casting on, I'll put a picture of it up here, but it is the Augusta lace scarf, because I really like putting scarves in my hair. Like if I wear a ponytail, my hair is so messy and unruly, I like wearing them in a ponytail to just kind of like, I don't, maybe not calm down my hair, but add a distraction to like the craziness. I don't know. I just really like the look of scarves in the hair. I do like scarves up here too, but I especially like them in ponytails. So I think I'm gonna knit, I think there's a medium size, a headband, and a large neck scarf. I think I'm just gonna knit the medium or the standard size. So yeah, and I will insert a picture of it here. It's really pretty. And this designer, Bella Helms, she also has a camisole that's in this lace stitch, and I really want to knit that too. So maybe later on I'll knit that camisole for the summer. And I could have a matching scarf too. So yes, and I'm going to use this, which I had in stash, breaking out the Knitting for Olive Merino in, let's see, in the color Powder. It's this really pretty like creamy pink. And I have quite a few skeins of this, so I know I could still knit a t-shirt or something if I use this. I need to weigh this, but I'm not even sure what mohair this is. It's not the Diablo because it's not scratchy. I think I use this for like socks or something. I don't know what I used this for a long time ago in Washington, but I have this in stash and I bet I can get away. I mean, there's so much. I need to weigh it out, but with holding it double to make it a little bit fluffy. So it's just like this creamy white color mohair. Unnamed, unknown. It has a name, I just don't know it. So yeah, I think this will be really nice and really pretty, and hopefully I can show you all that next time if I actually do it. I want to though. I want to do that today because it's just cast on lace pattern. And it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have. So, palette cleanser. Okay, those are my whips and my plans. So now I'll show y'all my acquisitions. I have a few. So the Medina was an acquisition. I've already showed y'all that, and I showed y'all the yarn I got for Christmas for my sister-in-law. And I will keep going on the Christmas train. Oops. My parents got me this skein for Christmas, and I was so impressed, y'all. My sister-in-law does crochet. I'm not sure, she's never done socks though before, and like my mom and dad know nothing about yarn, so I'm not even sure how they knew how to look for yarn that I would use and I would like. But they all got me sock yarn, which is so funny. And maybe they just knew I was maybe they knew I was knitting socks a lot and they, oops, sorry, I just jostled the camera. Maybe they knew I was knitting socks a lot and they looked up sock yarn online. I don't know, but I was so impressed that they like knew what to get. So this is sock yarn. It is from Indigo Guinea Fiber, and it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 460 yards, and the color is wildflowers. And my mom and dad know I love wildflowers. I have never knit with a skein like this before. I've always seen them. I've never knit with, like, I don't knit with a ton of variegated yarn or speckled yarn, but to be honest, I haven't really tried it. So I'm excited to try and see how it knits up in a sock. Because y'all know, socks are things that I like experimenting with. I don't really love experimenting with garments because, like, if I don't like it or if it's not, like, my colors, I won't wear it. But socks, I will, so this will be fun. Even though it's not my typical tonal or warm tone or, you know, basic neutral or whatever. Did I already say that? Neutral? I don't know. Even though it's not, like, my basic go-to, this is so fun and I'm excited. And I love all the different colors. It has these pinks and purples. And even like yellows, and it's speckly. So yeah, I have no idea how this will even knit up, but I'm ready to try. I almost casted these on for my Valentine socks, my Valentine's themed socks, but I decided to hold off. So maybe this will be April's sock. April's not that far away, which is crazy, but let's not talk about time. Time's a thief. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, this was an acquisition from a Christmas. Thank you, parents. And and then my sister-in-law also got me these two mini skeins, also sock yarn, and these are from Blackbird Sycamore yarn. Mini skeins, it's called Parchment, and there's this really pretty pale pink and again more like speckles and variegation with this purple, and I'm really excited to see how these end up too. So yeah, I think it's so fun whenever, I don't know, when people get me yarn that I wouldn't usually buy myself. Because for one, it's just fun colors, and I'm excited to try something new. And two, I'm getting to learn more about dyers that I don't know about. Like, I haven't heard about this dyer, or I didn't know this dyer, Blackmore Sycamore, or the other dyer. So I've since like followed them, on Instagram, and I've been looking at all their fun yarn, and it's just a fun time. So thank you, sister-in-law, soon to be sister-in-law. Alrighty, she's actually gotten back into crochet, and she's crocheting this really cool green blanket. She's making a ton of squares, like granny squares, and using all different shades of green, and I'm very jealous. I wish I knew how to crochet. Maybe I'll get her to teach me because her blanket's looking real good. Maybe once she finishes it, I'll get her to send me a picture of it so I can insert it in a podcast for her to show off her finished objects because I'm excited for her. Okay, one more acquisition. So we know I love a D-stash. I love a D-stash. I actually got this from the same different D-stash period, but same person D-stashing than the like strawberry pink yarn. I got this past weekend, and this is just so pretty. Again, cool tones, who am I? But I really love sage green, and this is Plucky Knitter, that's the dyer, and it is Primo fingering, and it's 75% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 5% nylon. And it's 440 yards, and the color is duck egg. And it reminds me of this like sage green. It's coming off more blue on camera, but it is kind of blue, almost Tiffany blue. It depends. Sometimes I look at it, I think it's green, like sage, and sometimes I look at it, I think it's like mint blue, Tiffany blue. I'm really excited for this, and I have no idea. That's not true. But I would love y'all's opinions on what to knit with it, because I have 3 skeins. So 440 yards, what is that math? Let's see. 440 times 3. So I have 1,320 yards of this. So I think that could be a top for sure. Possibly a pullover. I wanted something for myself. I wanted a garment for myself, and I know it's not like a summer... It's not a summer... Wow, it's really soft. I think it's the cashmere. It's not a summer fiber. But I think since it's fingering weight, like a light pullover or a light long sleeve top would be really, really nice on, you know, in nights or even in the spring, or a short sleeve top, because I was thinking if I knit a short sleeve top, I could also knit wild or something with it to match, and we could be matching. I don't know, it's just a thought. So let me pull up my Ravelry, because I do have a few thoughts, and people, I did ask on Instagram for thoughts about what to knit. And of course someone said the Cumulus top by Petite Knit, and that might be what this gets turned into. I think I could even try to make it... I know she has a Cumulus blouse that's long sleeve, but I think that one's DK, maybe. And this is fingering, so the top is fingering. So I could knit the top and maybe do long sleeves, or just however long the sleeves will let me go before I run out of yarn. I don't know. But I do like how basic that top looks. It's a nice piece to have, I think, in a wardrobe. That's just my thoughts. And then let's see what else. Okay, I was also looking at the twisted t-shirt. It's just a t-shirt. I don't know how practical that would be though for me, since I feel like t-shirts I should probably knit in a summer fiber. But I don't know. The Darren tee. Oh, the coloring book tee, but the long sleeve version. That's on my mind. And then the Cozy Classic Raglan Light by Jessie May. That is on my mind too. So if y'all have any other suggestions about what to do with this really pretty fingering weight yarn for like a spring top or whatever, please send them my way. Quite a few people did comment on Instagram and sent me some really good patterns that I'll definitely be looking at. But I could always use more, you know, your girl's indecisive. I like options. If you have any idea, please let me know. I'm excited about this yarn for sure. Let's see, I think that might have wrapped it up, y'all. That was a lot of things, a lot of whips, lots of things to finish. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know who I am. I'm not sure why I think I have any business casting on all of these things. 3 pairs of socks. Wow. Wow, Carson, you really did that to yourself. It's fine though. I like it because it's really hard for me at this time in my life to cast on something, because I have a tiny little baby, and so I'm usually holding him or feeding him or something, and so usually I just need something to like reach over and grab and knit on. So I think it's good that I have a ton of stuff casted on already and is in progress, so I can just, you know, grab it and continue. But we'll see how far I get on the next episode on all these things. We'll see. Who knows? Before I go, I will tell you what I'm reading, because I have been reading quite a bit recently. Reading is one of those things I can do while I'm feeding him, and it's just, I don't know, I've gotten back into reading recently, and I have been reading From Blood and Ash, that series, and I am currently on the 2nd book, Kingdom... I can never remember sequels. Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I'm finishing up that one and I'm loving it, and I am going to be reading, it's over there, The Crown of Gilded Bones next, and I have it lined up. I'm ready, and it's just a really good series. If you like fantasy, if you like, there's a lot of romance in this one. It's very steamy. If you like a romance and, you know, adult things, it's pretty good. I'm a sucker for fantasy though. Fantasy, I love it. I've always loved it. I was a Harry Potter kid, you know, and I will continue to be a fantasy person throughout my life. So if you if that sounds like something you're into, you should definitely read it, especially if you liked A Court of Thorns and Roses. If you liked that series, you will like this series. I'm positive you will like it. So that's what I'm reading. Let me know what you're reading. I will definitely need a new series after this one. I still need to read Throne of Glass by Sarah Maas or Moss. I don't know how to say that word. Sorry. I don't know how to say her last name, but I will need to read that one next. And that might be a commitment because there's a lot of books in that series, I think. But I love a series with lots of books, so let me know what the heck you're reading, whether it's fantasy or not. I'd love to know. So anyways, thank you for sticking around for this long. I appreciate you joining me and hopefully having fun while we chat about all these projects, and hopefully I'll have more progress to show you next time. But yeah, we are slowly working on stuff, and we ain't stressing. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all next time.